Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a detailed review on the Chefman 6-in-1 espresso machine with a built-in frother. So this thing's retailing for about $150. You can find it on sale for about $130. Best Buy also had it on sale for about $129. Walmart also sells one of these, but it looks different. So this is the one on Amazon and Best Buy. It's got a touch screen up here that's a little different than the Walmart version, but other than that, they look pretty much the same and kind of act the same too. So I just did a video on priming the pumps. So priming this thing with water was kind of tricky. So make sure you check out that video to get it all primed and ready to go. I've got the milk frother filled up with milk. It can be a little tricky getting it on and off. If you lift up on the bottom and then pull straight out, there's your milk frother. It's got this adjustable arm. This thing slides onto there. And make sure you've got your flexible tube right here. And then this just pokes on and off right there. And this piece does come all the way off for cleaning. But the nice thing about this milk frother is so you can make your drink, and then you can just pull this out and put this whole thing in the refrigerator, and you're ready for the next time. And then grab this out of the refrigerator, you put it in, and you're ready to go. Overall, it's got a nice look to it, nice appearance. It does have a power switch here. This gets warm, and it's pretty warm actually. You're supposed to preheat your cups up here, turning them upside down. This will get them nice and warm for you. Around back, it does have a nice water reservoir. There's your handle for the water reservoir. 2-prong plug. It does have a drip tray that's removable. And you can flip this. This can be a little tricky getting this out, but you can flip this over to get you a little more depth. You can put a nice bigger cup in here. And then there's where the water comes out for the espresso, the hot water. The touch panel is pretty good. The lights might be just a little dim, but they're pretty well easy to see. So it comes with a tamper. This is a plastic tamper and a scoop. Here's the portafilter, and it comes with a single shot, or this is the single shot. It says 1 cup, and this is the double shot. Now these filters don't come apart, so that can be a little tricky cleaning. All the espresso has to come out this little hole right here, so you may have to clean out that little hole sometimes. But you simply just put them in the portafilter, and you put your espresso in there, and it comes out the bottom. And then once you've got your espresso in here, you're going to start over here, and then you got to put it in, and you got to turn it. You got to hold the machine, and because it gets kind of hard, but that's how you put the portafilter until it stops. There's a lock position, and then you just take it off. So up here, you've got the buttons. These are automatic machines. So this is a single shot, a double shot of espresso, so it'll only do the espresso side. If I do a cappuccino, it frosts the milk first, and then it does the espresso. These are kind of like an automatic machine that it does it automatically. A latte is going to give you a lot more froth or a lot more milk, and you got a single and a double, and then you can add more froth. So just by touching that button, you can add more froth to your machine. So the frother will work with almond milk, soy milk, 2% milk, whole milk. I've got 2% milk in here today. Okay, so we need to talk about the coffee. So I like to use this cafe espresso ground coffee. That means it's ground at an espresso grind. So espresso is coffee, but it's just ground really, really fine. So if we look here, this is coffee for a drip coffee maker. It's a medium roast. But you can see over here, here's that espresso. See how it's like a powder? You have to make sure and use really finely ground coffee. Preferably a dark roast. Dark roasts work better for espressos, like a French roast or a really dark roast. Now the only one I've been able to find that you can buy already ground, again, this one says it's espresso ground coffee. It comes in this, and it comes in a bag also. It's already ground at that really fine grind. That's what you've got to use. If you grind your own coffee, you just have to grind it at a fine grind. Coffee for a drip coffee maker is ground at a medium grind. So espresso is ground at fine. Okay, so making an espresso, it's messy for a while. You're gonna have to have a towel. You got to keep this nice and dry. I got the double shot in here. They just pop in here like that. And I'm gonna be using this. Now I put this espresso in a shaker cup so it's easy to pour out. But you can scoop it out and put it in here. But you're just gonna make a mess. You'll get used to it after a while. But you gotta put some espresso in here. We're gonna make a little mound. Okay, so see how we have a little mound? You're gonna wanna even that out just a little bit. Now we've gotta tamp it. Now you wanna tamp it, you wanna have this on a flat surface. You wanna tamp this pretty hard. Now you gotta tamp it pretty hard, but you've got a bunch of excess around. You gotta get all that excess off. You'll get better at pouring it in there and tamping it to where you don't waste as much. But at first it's just kind of tricky. So you wanna, and the tamper doesn't really fit the thing perfectly, the filter. So you gotta kind of go around the edges and get all the sides. But make sure it's tamped nice and firm. You want a nice firm tamp. You don't want any of the espresso on the outside. It could make its way into your drink. So all of this is clogged. It's down just a little bit, but see how we had it up to about here, but when we tamped it, it went down. Okay, so now we're gonna put it in. You start off at like a 45-degree angle, nice and easy. You gotta hold the machine because it gets kind of hard, and then it should stop and come out at a 45. So again, with the drip tray, this can be tricky getting out, but you can turn it upside down to make it a little bit taller. So for this first one, I'm just going to do it. You can just do an espresso shot. So let's do a double. You just press the button. It's all automatic. It'll start and stop automatically. Seeing about 165. So there's a double shot, and it ends up to being about 160, 157. Now these double shots are a little bit more than I'm used to. That's about 2.5 ounces for a double shot. That's a pretty big double shot. So I have tasted that. I don't drink espresso straight. I do have to mix it with milk to make a latte or cappuccino, but it does taste really good. So now let's take the portafilter on again. You got to hold the machine, turn this, and this will come down. The cup should have stayed in there, but there's what the puck looks like. So we got this little lever here. We got to get that puck out. This little lever comes up, and now we can take this over to the trash can or a recycling bin, and you can pound that puck out. There. There's the espresso puck. And here's the the filter we've got to clean up. And we got to rinse all this out for our next shot. Okay, so let's make our next shot. Again, I got it mounted up a little bit. You got to press this down a little bit, and you got to get kind of the excess off around the handle. Then you're going to press that down again and kind of go around. Make sure it's pressed down all the way. Give it a good hard press. Okay, get everything off of the outside. And there you go. Now it's ready to insert. Let's go ahead and put it back in. Let's take the drip tray out now. We're going to do a cappuccino. So you need to get it kind of a bigger cup. We've got the milk frother in there. Now I can control how much froth. There's this lever. I'm going to go minimum froth. There's maximum froth. So for a cappuccino, you want it on minimum. So now this will be an all automatic feature. You just press the double cappuccino button. It's going to froth the milk and then do the espresso all automatically. About a 180 milk. So it does beep at you 3 times. The display comes back up. Now it's all done, ready to eat the drink. So the drink ends up being, these cool off really fast. So around 120, 135, 143. So you can drink it like this or add your syrups. Add some vanilla. You'll have a vanilla cappuccino. You can add some white chocolate, have a white chocolate mocha. These taste really good. So one thing I'm finding I don't like is this filter is sticking up there, because there's, in this portafilter, and be careful, this is really hot, but there's nothing to really keep it held in here. Sometimes these portafilters have something that kind of grab this. There is nothing that grabs this, and I've found that this has been sticking. So I'll take the portafilter off, and then the filter is still up there, and then it drops down. So just be careful about that. Okay, so let's make a latte this time. Put your drink in here. This can be a little. Make sure that's pointed in. I've got my double shot espresso in already. We're going to move this slide lever to the back for latte, and we're going to press the double latte button. And it finishes automatically. So you can see you get a lot more milk and a lot more froth with the latte. But you get the same amount of espresso. Again, this drink ends up being about, so these are not super hot drinks, so this is about 160. There's the different layers you get. Your espresso is right there in the middle. You got your foam and your hot milk. Okay, so let's say you want to add more froth. We can come up here and hit this froth button. And it'll add more froth. But you got to make sure and hit the button. When you're done, hit the button again to stop it. And there was a little bit of delay when I hit the button. It didn't stop right away. So you can add more just froth. Okay, so there is this clean button on here. Before you put this milk container and frother in the refrigerator, you're supposed to run get you a container, point this into the container, and hit the clean button. That's going to try to clean out the inside of that tube with some hot water. So it shot some milk out at first, but now it's cleaning that tube. So it pauses for about a minute, and it makes you think that it's done, but the clean light is still on, and then at the very end, some steam will come out and some water. So let it finish, even though you think it's done, until that clean light, until the display lights back up. Okay, so that took about 2.5 minutes. It beeps 3 times, and then the display comes back up. And now we can take this milk frother, and you got to lift up just a little bit, and we can put this in the refrigerator, and it's ready to go for the next time. So the machine has some circuitry built in. When you take this out, the latte and cappuccino side go away. So as soon as you put this in, the cappuccino and latte light up. So you can do an espresso without the milk frother. You just can't do the milk frother side. So if these aren't displaying, make sure this is inserted all the way, and you'll hear kind of a snap. This feeler likes to help. So let's go over cleanup. So once in a while you are going to have to clean this, because you will start to get some milk staining on the side of there. So this all comes apart. This tube, I like to hand wash these parts. this comes out and that tube comes off and you can use a brush inside there. But it's nice to just wash. You can wash all these parts. I wouldn't put these in the dishwasher. I wouldn't even put this one. I would just wash this by hand too. So once in a while you do have to clean up here with a towel, like a wet towel, but be careful, that can be really hot. But it is nice to wipe that down once in a while. Just be very careful, that can be very hot. These parts are all dishwasher safe. So this is a nice machine, but I did find that I like the one from Walmart just a little better. I seem to be accidentally hitting these buttons on this machine a little bit more because when you're holding it to take the portafilter on and off. And again, that portafilter isn't held in there. I didn't like that. I did like how this milk frother went in and out. This was a little bit better than the Walmart one. Top up here gets really nice and hot. Don't forget to turn your switch off when you're done. It does make some very nice cappuccinos and lattes. Just prepare yourself. You will make a little bit of a mess. Thanks everybody for watching.